Hey, welcome to another special episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. By now, you've probably seen the top 10 best of 2009. Well, now we're going to count down the worst of 2009. And again, the same general rules apply. This is out of all the beers that I reviewed for 2009, these are the 10 worst. It's not like the worst beers ever made or anything like that. Which is why you won't see Bud Light on this list, because I reviewed that back in 2008. Speaking of which, this isn't all just light beers and macro lagers either. There actually are a couple craft breweries and imports that made it to this list, which just goes to show you that anybody can make a bad beer. And again, it's all just personal preference. I think I do a pretty good job of stating why I dislike these beers as much as I did. So if I offended you because people take their tastes in beer pretty seriously, well, I'm not going to apologize. The reviews speak for themselves. So, anyways, without no further ado, here's the 10 worst beers that I drank in 2009.
It's a Curum Gold Celtic wheat beer. I'm just not finding much of anything in this beer. It's just really, really generic. It's drinking more like a Pilsner than an ale. It has a pretty watery, thin body. It's rather coarse. So, I mean, it's not too hard to drink, but I prefer something a lot smoother than this. And there's no fruit notes in here at all. Didn't really like it that much, so I'm going to give a C to Curum Gold Celtic wheat beer.
Qingdao, a Chinese lager beer. A whole lot going on with this beer. Just really, really bland, watery, slightly sweet, but otherwise just like a glass of real tepid. Just as a beer in general, I think it's real average, so I'm gonna give it a C. So that's a C for Qingdao.
Wacko by Magic Hat. You know, for the first time ever, I'm gonna have to give a Magic Hat beer a thumbs down. This, there wasn't really a lot to like here. It was just, I don't really know how to describe it. It's not particularly pleasing. It's just like really, it's kind of dry. It's kind of like, it's like a cough syrup kind of taste on there. You can just taste that beet extract in there. It's you know, it's not even that smooth of a beer. I mean, I'd say it has like a pretty soft mouthfeel, but when you actually finish it, it's a little rough. So pretty disappointed. So I'm going to give a 4 for Magic Hat. Another Hebrew. This is Genesis Ale. Wow, it's a really weird beer. Has like this whole flowery, hoppy side to it, but then it has like this like molasses syrup quality to it. I don't really like it. It's just all over the place. I mean, I like the hoppiness, but the taste is just, it's like caramel and pineapple and molasses, and hate to say it, but C- for Hebrew Genesis Ale. Labatt Blue Light. Corn, water. That's the first thing I noticed. Got a little bit of a metallic taste to it. It could be from the can. Yeah, otherwise it's just really, it's really bland. Not much, no hot bite here at all. It's just really flat all across the board. I'm gonna give Labatt Blue Light a 4. I think it's definitely a below average beer. It's drinkable, but there's really nothing about it to really appreciate. Keystone Light this time. Now this is supposed to be one of the bottom of the barrel light beers. Not much taste to speak of. It's very, very bland and watery. I'm not really getting any corn or rice or anything in here. Basically just like drinking beer flavored water. I mean, it definitely doesn't taste good. I mean, that's the first thing. Like there's not anything to like here at all. Keystone Light, I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 10. It's a really mediocre beer. It's not.
We got Modelo Especial. Ugh. You know, it's funny, it's like I was tasting all the head at first, and then once I got to the beer, it had this really kind of funky taste to it. Very watery and bland. And it has like this like metallic aftertaste to it. Bitter, watery finish on it. It's not even, I couldn't even really call it crisp. Almost this kind of like a dry, like kind of whiskey kind of taste. There isn't a lot to like here. I'm just glad I'm eating it or drinking it with food. Yeah, this is not very good at all. I don't like it. I'm gonna go pretty low on this one. I guess I'll go 3 on this one. I've had worse, so 3 is pretty bad beer, pretty mediocre. So Red Hook Blonde Ale. This Blonde Ale by Red Hook has got to be the most bland, most plain beer that I've ever drank. It's like drinking water. Like there's no flavor whatsoever. Like no hops, no malts. It's just the most generic beer flavor you could possibly have. But isn't this supposed to be a craft beer? Where's the craft? It just tastes like nothing. It's pointless. I don't get it. So I'm gonna give a C- to Red Hook Blonde Ale. We're doing a pretty generic beer today. This is Michelob Light. Typical beer smell, real grainy.
Yeah, very grainy.
Yeah,
like, smells like after a bar closed and the lights come on.
Has almost kind of a metallic taste to it. I mean, it's very bland, mostly water,
I think it has a very dirty taste to it. I think Coors Light has like no taste, and Miller Lite has a slight taste.
Yeah.
This does have a slight taste, but it tastes very dirty to me, like very grimy.
Yeah.
This is borderline undrinkable.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, I would say it's drinkable, but there's really nothing to appreciate about it. It's
yeah, like
almost a little oily. I give this a C-.
Because it has some taste, I'll give it a D. That's the only thing that saves it for me.
I was at Walmart today, and I saw they had a Heineken bomber there for like $2, so I decided to pick it up. I can smell it from here. It's skunky. Right away I'm noticing like a really kind of foul taste to it. Almost a little metallic. The body is very watery, and like there's some hop bite to it, but otherwise it's just really, really grainy. There's like a dry aftertaste. Almost kind of chalky. Ugh. It's just super, super grainy. No flavor here really at all. No malts, no real hops. It's not even that easy of a beer to drink because it's so highly carbonated. As soon as it hits you, you feel like a lot of fizzing in your mouth. It's just plain bad. I mean, there's some beers that don't have much of a taste at all, which is fine. They're kind of a neutral flavor. But Heineken is just really off-putting. This is way below average. This is borderline undrinkable. Just not much to like about this beer at all. Giving it the benefit of the doubt, I'll have to give it a 4 out of 10.